Welcome. In this video I'm going to show you how you can obtain the rank biserial correlation coefficient for independent samples using Python. This video will focus on how to obtain the measure, not so much if you should or how to interpret it. I'm using Jupyter Lab with a Python version 3.12.7. In a previous video I've shown how this can actually be done with my own library, and I'll be using the same example data for that in this video. So I've already imported pandas, so I could load my student statistics data. We didn't need all of the data, we just need an ordinal field and a categorical field, or binary field actually. As ordinal, I've used mixed number of activities, and as you can see, these were actually text, ranging from far too little to far too much. So I also have a small dictionary which has those options in the proper order and as values each time an increasing number. For the gender, only male and females were selected, so that makes it binary in this case. As mentioned earlier, my own library actually has functions for this, but in this video I will use not my own in case I made a mistake. There are others. The good thing is that the rank biserial, there are two versions. There's the Curitin and Glass. The Curitin is the same as Goodman-Kroskal Gamma, and Glass will actually be the same as Cliff Delta and Summers D. So some of these functions from the others actually all require not to use text for your ordinal. So I'm gonna first subset the data. I'm gonna remove any missing values, and then I'm gonna use my coding to actually convert that text into numbers, and I'll do the same for gender, with male being 1 and female 2. Once we have that, some actually require to separate the two scores. So I have the male and female. These are just true or false. Was it male, was it female? And then I can use that to actually get the scores for each of the two categories. Now, to get Curitin's version, you can use the PyMCDM, which has a Goodman-Kroskal Gamma function. So we simply load that one in. And then we can just use the function. For the Glass version, there are actually quite a few different libraries that could be used, and perhaps there are even more. We have Cliff's Delta, and Cliff Delta is the same as the Glass version, and it even nicely gives a qualification. There's the Pingoian package, which calculates the Mann-Whitney U-test, for which this is sometimes used as an effect size measure. And with the results of that, it actually also shows the rank biserial coefficient. And indeed, again, that's 0.5267. SciPy has Summers D, and that should also give that 0.5267. Now, of course, we can also do it all without any library. So again, I'm just separating the two scores as lists, and I also am going to combine those two into one larger list. So I have all the scores, and then I can use rank data from SciPy to actually rank the data. Now, I have a separate video where I actually also show how you can do ranking all by yourself without any other library, so I'm not going to go over all of that here again. I'm just going to assume that's okay to get the ranks quite easily. Now, we want to rank each category separately. So we're going to get the ranks, we want to get the ranks for each score, each category separately. So the ranks for the first category and the ranks for the second. That's basically splitting the data again based on the length of each of the two. Then finally we can use Curitin's formula, which looks like this. There's a P minus Q. The P is the sum of what he called agreements, and it basically means a score of the first category. If you pick one, how many will actually be in the second category that are lower than that score. So we simply actually going to loop over all of the scores, and for each of them we're going to check how many in the other category are less than that. So that gives us the P. The Q is the opposite, so but then from the other category, so then we're going to loop over the second category and check in category 1 how many are less. Alright, so that gives P and Q. That leaves us with T1 and T2. That's what he called bracket ties. If the same score appears in both categories, then they are tied. What he kind of overlooked was that there could be more than one, but you then need to multiply the two and sum all of them up. So basically, we need to loop over all our category 1s or category 2s and then check with category 1. But I'm using the first one. If both of them are the same from category 1 and category 2, then we multiply those two sums and add that to the previous result. Then we have everything we need to fill out this big formula, and because n1 and n2 are simply the sample sizes of each of the two, and we get that 0.79 we saw earlier. It can actually be done simply by using Goodman-Kroskal-Gamma's formula, p minus q over p plus q, and as you can see, that gives the same result. Glass's formula is slightly different. He used the average rank of the first category minus the average rank of the second, or depending on which you consider the first and the second category, multiplied by 2 over the total sample size. So we already had the ranks, and the sum of those I'll store under R1, and for the second group under R2. And if we divide that then by the sample size for each of the two categories, we get the average, which means we can actually fill out the whole formula, and we get that 0.5267 that we saw earlier. This will actually be the same as Summers D and Cliff Delta. Curitin actually looked at the article from Glass and gave a small correction for Glass's version, and came up with this formula, where that B is now actually the one we saw earlier but divided by 2. We have all of this. This is just the average rank. So if we fill all of that out, we should get that 0.79 again. Wilson actually links everything to the Mann-Whitney U test and uses the Mann-Whitney U value. It uses this whole big formula. We have everything in here except that U. So I'm going to use the Pingoian Mann-Whitney U test to get the U. So here are all the results, and there is that U value. You can of course use another library as well. The stikpet P library also has one, or you could simply look at my video on the Mann-Whitney U and don't use any libraries. We can then fill out the class rank by serial, and we get the 0.5267 again. Adding the correction for ties from Curitin will then lead into the 0.79 that we saw earlier. Note that if there are none of these bracket ties, so for example I have here that there are no ties, each score is unique, then all of them will actually be the same. So here I'm just doing the exact same calculations as earlier, and as you can see, in this case Curitin and Glass versions both agree. Alright, I hope this video was helpful, and thank you for watching.